What if you had 100 super smart experts working for your business? No learning curve, no training, no sick days, just professional results at the click of a button. Okay, you guys, I took that right from today's experts website because I had to know. It sounds amazing, but is it too good to be true? Let's find out. Expert Connections starts now. Brand new AI tool just released promises to revolutionize and optimize your business with just one click. HR, sales, marketing, business consulting, the list goes on and on and on. Is it possible? Or is this an AI gimmick? If you can click a button and answer questions, we have a brand new AI tool to show you today. Welcome to Expert Connections. I'm Julie Holton Smith. I can't even claim that phrase because that comes directly from the guys that we're going to have on the show. And let me tell you, this actually does what they say it does. Let's invite our experts in from SuperWebPros, our experts today, Jesse Flores and Scott Remington, debuting One Click AI. Welcome to the show, guys.
Awesome. Thanks for having us, Julie. Appreciate it.
Good to be here.
So glad to have you both here. We've had both of you as experts separately across a wide spectrum of AI related topics, business related topics. I'm really excited today to be able to debut One Click AI right here on Expert Connections because I've heard different ideas, different iterations of this product throughout many months. And anyway, I'm excited to dive in. Before we get to the demo, guys, I want to talk to you about why this product was so important for you to develop. Jesse, let me start with you. As a business owner, you not only work on the development side of products like One Click AI, but you work on your own business and you work hand in hand with a lot of business owners. What is it about this product that you really wanted to pursue in creating this product?
Yeah, great question, Julie. The main reason is because it slashes the learning curve with AI. You see, here's one of the big problems that with AI. Like just like everybody else in 2022, when ChatGPT came out, I got very excited, and then I started using it, and occasionally would get silly answers, hallucinogenic answers, nonsensical answers. But being a technologist, I knew that what comes out first is probably not the best thing. But I also know that sometimes what seems intuitive to a user is probably not the way that the software was intended to be used. And that's exactly the way AI is. You see, up until AI became a thing, our relationship with technology has always been input output. I put something in and I expect something out. I put a search in, I get a bunch of lists. If I don't like that, I start again. I put something in an Excel sheet. I hit enter, and then it calculates a formula. Our relationship has always been input output. But what AI does is it allows us to change the relationship from input output to conversation and assistance. And that's a very, very different way of interacting with machines. Most of us have never interacted with machines as a partner. We've always only interacted with it as a tool. And so as I was going around and trying to help my own team, but also customers learn how to use AI, it became very clear that this mindset that they had was the wrong way to approach AI. But it's also a mindset that you have to develop through practice and through trial and through, frankly, just a lot of failure. We decided we could shortcut that. And so what we did is we took the best practices of what we'd already built for our team in our systems, and we're just making them available to everybody else. So they don't have to spend the year or 18 months that we spent learning all the stuff. They can go in and spend 30 seconds clicking buttons and getting the output that they want.
I mean, this is the exact version of an AI tool that I think pretty much every business owner I know has been looking for because let's face it, who has time to become a prompt engineer? Who even knew what a prompt engineer was, a year, 2 years ago? Those of us who have been in the AI world talking about it knew, but certainly most business owners, they're focused on their business. Scott, I'm curious from you, how do you see this really revolutionizing? I mean, I know that's like a really big word to
Yeah.
use, but if you take out the prompt engineering, which by the way, prompt engineering is when you have to figure out exactly what to be asking, say, ChatGPT or other tools in order to get the responses you want. So, Scott, if we take that out now with one click AI, what do you see as a business owner? What does that allow businesses to be able to do?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think to me, the initial answer I always like to come up with is the barrier of entry, right? So AI can be very intimidating. We call it the blank screen problem. I'm sure, you've been sitting in ChatGPT and you say, where do I even get started, right? The whole point of AI is to help you get started, but what if you can't get started to get started? That is what one-click AI does. And so for us, the whole idea is that any business owner, whether you're in the nonprofit vertical or you're in sales or in marketing, will have prompts ready to go so that you can just click and have that conversation, right? We might not be prompt engineers, but what we can be as conversationalists. And so to me, the two main things it lowers the barrier of entry for. One, time, right? I think as business owners, we all realize that time is a luxury that most of us don't have. Um, but if we can just click something and get an incredible output, right? So say a marketing plan or a type of SQL, a journey or even a nonprofit annual report, with the click of a button, that's one, right? We're saving on time. And two, it's really it makes it a lot less intimidating. I think people, when they go to sit down, they might feel like, am I doing this right? Am I prompting right? Am I even inputting right? But we've created a journey that you can literally, type in a button, have a conversation, and gets, a pretty incredible output or report depending on what you're doing.
Scott, Jesse, you guys mentioned that your team has been using this internally at SuperWebPros. You've created a version now for other businesses to use. Jesse, tell us what kinds of things are you using this for? Like what exactly do we have to look forward to with one-click AI?
Oh my gosh, so many things. I mean, so Scott mentioned some of the stuff like sales and marketing, but um, at this point, my brain is has started to kind of default. Like if I'm going to ask AI for help, I'm going to add it to the product. So for example, we just hired 3 people in the last couple of weeks and we had to write offer letters for all of them. Well, there's a click for that, right? We go in, click a button. It asks us some questions about the person, their role, their salary. We answer the questions and it puts that together for us. Oh, but before that, I actually needed to post a job description. Well, there's a click for that too. So I click a button and it helps me write the job description in about 45 seconds. We started training a new SDR, a new sales rep, and we needed to put together a follow-up sequence. Well, we didn't have one created, and the guy that was creating them before has now left. That's okay. There's a click for that. So we click the button, and then all of a sudden it asks some questions, and we get a full outbound sales automation flow, right? So we have to create a project. We need a project charter. There's a click for that. So I go in and I look for the project charter. I click project charter, and it says, when do you want to have this done? What are the resources? It asks us all the questions one by one, and it does it in such an intuitive way that it's not overwhelming. I would love to at some point, Julie, show you a little bit of how this might work so that your users or your viewers can see just how simple this really is.
Yes, let's do it. Show us. I mean, the only thing better than talking about it is actually seeing it in action.
I love it. I love it. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pop my screen on. And so at the time that we're filming this, we are, let's say, about 10 days away from Black Friday or so, right? So let's imagine that you're like me and you're a little bit of a procrastinator and you don't have a Black Friday campaign ready, but you need to get one. Well, we've got to click for that. So let's go ahead and look for our rapid campaign generator. So we're going to find the rapid campaign generator, which is somewhere. Here it is. Promotional campaign generator. And it's going to now ask me some questions. Here's the generator. Let's turn this time-sensitive opportunity into a successful campaign. Please share what event are you targeting? What is the launch date? And is this a single day promotion or multi-day? I can answer all those questions. So this is going to be a Black Friday promo. It launches on 11/18/24, which is the day that we're filming this. And 3, I would like to run this from now until then. Okay. By the way, I misspelled Black Friday, and it's fine. It understands what I'm doing. No big deal. So now it says, all right, cool. Let me understand some stuff about your business to give you some targeted recommendations. What kind of products do you sell? which marketing channels do you use, and how many subscribers or followers do you have? What's the most successful promotion, and do you have dedicated resources? So I'm just going to go ahead and answer this. And by the way, if I was not on camera using my microphone, I would actually just be talking into the microphone to answer all of these questions so that I wouldn't have to type it out. But here I'm going to type it out. So we have One Click AI, which is an AI software to make it easy for people to learn AI. And we have TikTok, brand new channel, nothing else. Oh, but Facebook marketing, we have that too. Facebook ads, we have that too. Okay, so now it's going to go ahead and say, all right, well, here you go. So let's go ahead and start putting some stuff together based on what you've already got. So here's the learning curve. You want to do this on TikTok. Here's your timeline. We're going to do a build up and then a promo. And here's the assessment that it's putting together. It's now putting together the campaign strategy. It's telling us the specific tactics that we want, our 3-phase approach for Facebook ads. And then it's going to give us a checklist of all the things that need to get done in the next 10 days for us to take this thing live. Now I can take this deeper and deeper and deeper. I could refine it with TikTok prompts if I wanted to try and actually build out the TikTok series. There's so many more things that I can do. What's great about these things is that while the onboarding for one task is very easy, chaining tasks is just as easy. So if I have one assistant helping me solve one problem, I can then take the output of that assistant and then just run it through another assistant who will help me then solve the next problem. And it's very, very, very easy.
Jesse, this is amazing. I know looking at, okay, so you just gave one example, right? Like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday, also Giving Tuesday, all month long on Expert Connections. We are talking with nonprofits for their tips, tricks, things that they do for a successful Giving Tuesday. And I guarantee there are multiple nonprofits, small nonprofits, who could really use those donations this year, this end of the year push, Giving Tuesday, but they haven't had time or resources to pull that together. It looks like One Click AI could build out a strategy and a plan. What else could One Click AI do for a nonprofit?
Yeah, it's a great question. And so for me, when Jesse and I came together, right, we wanted to ensure that, we hit a specific, verticals for this tool, right? I mean, we talked sales, marketing, and, we're going to do a lot more. One of the main things that we talked about was nonprofit as well. Like we want this to be a great tool for nonprofits. And, for me, it's super important that they feel that there is a very easy way to do this. So I've already put in a few of those prompts. I think there's already like 10 nonprofit prompts that lead them from anything to what we call a giving day, which can be your Giving Tuesday campaign, or how do you, build an annual fund. All of those are in there. And what's so great is it's just in conversational format. What's really cool about using One Click AI is that you're going to be getting a professional grade kind of consultant with a click of a button. And as you saw earlier, right, it's just a conversation. All you'll have to do is give it some context and talk to it, and you're gonna get a great Giving Tuesday strategy if you want. You're going to get, more importantly, because Giving Tuesday's up and you probably already have that, an end of year strategy, right? The one day of year that is the most for online giving. So we want to make sure we get those donors, and you're going to be able to build something sustainable for 2025, with your development team with one click of a button, which is really cool.
And that's amazing too. The time that you get back and being able to perform these tasks that your team, frankly, is already performing. Nonprofits are always looking at their next giving event, whether that be Giving Tuesday, something end of the year push right now, really getting those donations in to set next year's budget, or their fundraising events throughout the year. And to have this go-to place, once you have that strategy, as we talk with our clients here at M Connections, half the battle is really coming up with that initial strategy and then assessing afterwards what worked and what didn't. And how easy would it now be to then take that strategy, go back into One Click AI? I'm imagining, Jesse, you could go back in and say, here's what worked this year. Here's what didn't. How can we adjust for next year? And then boom, now the day after Giving Tuesday, for instance, maybe you have your strategy set and ready to go until next year when you can make adjustments.
Yeah. So you're actually bringing up a great point, Julie, too, because with this, you can ask it, for instance, maybe you don't even have a strategy document. You could ask it to help you create a CSV that you can put in Google Sheets. to be able to measure your strategy. Or maybe you've already got all of your metrics in a Google Sheet and you want to download them. You can then re-upload them back into One-Click AI and use one of the prompts to say, hey, run an analysis on this for me. And what's great about this, and I have to really make this point really clear, relative to, say, OpenAI or Anthropic. We do not store your data or use it for training. See, what most people don't realize is that when you upload your stuff to Claude or to OpenAI or whatever it is, unless you've specifically opted out, by default, anything you put in that system is automatically opted in to train those models and your competitors. We have the opposite. By default, you are, in fact, there's not even a way to opt into training. We can't train your data. So anything that you put in here, whether it's your financial statements, your P&L, your marketing campaigns, whatever those things are private, they are secure, they will never be used to train a model. They can't even be accessed to be used for model training. So you can also rest assured that anything you put into One-Click AI is going to be secure and private just for you.
All right, guys, when I'm talking to business owners or anyone in the C-suite, frankly, or frankly, even assistants, I mean, it doesn't matter who I'm talking to at any level of a business. The biggest piece of feedback I get is, yeah, I want to use ChatGPT, or I've seen that AI could be helpful, but I don't really know what to do with it or where to start. How does One-Click AI fix that problem? That's like the biggest entry. Scott, I think you called it the biggest barrier to entry.
Mhm.
How does
Yep.
One-Click AI fix that? Let's start with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So as Jesse said, there's a click for that. Like the whole point of the premise of this is, we want to, there used to be, there's an app for that. Well, guess what? There's a click for that, right? We don't want people to have to learn prompt engineering. If you want to, fantastic. And you can do just as many things. But, bringing down this barrier will allow, all the employees, as you mentioned, from the CEO to whoever, to actually take the time to learn these tools. And one of the things, that I've seen working with a lot of clients is once they start getting it, like the first or second time, they're going to use it more and more, right? So, they get over that initial, user adoption curve, which we have eliminated here. And then once they're getting these reports, once they're seeing their efficiencies increasing and the quality of the output is going better, and they realize that AI isn't going to replace them, it's going to be their partner, then they can really see an increase in production and output. So for us, having this ability to have, kind of your day-to-day job at just one click, as we continue to build our app library, it's just so exciting for me to see what this is going to unlock for everybody.
Yeah, Julie, to answer your question, if you go to our site, and we can put a link in the description to the demo page, we've got all of the assistants that are available inside of One-Click AI are in a super fast, super easy to use page where you can click and, by HR, by marketing, by sales, by general, by finance. So you can browse very, very quickly what all the assistants are, or search if there's a specific task you're trying to figure out. So if you're not yet in the system and you want to know what can the system do, we're making all of that available. If you go to the demo page on One-Click AI, you can see all of the different things that are available inside of the system if you sign up for your 7-day free trial. So that question of what can it do is a big question everybody has. And so we've opened the kimono and we've said, here are a bunch of things that it can do. By the way, we're adding new things every day. So every day we are launching new assistants, new prompts, and rolling them out. So that way, as I solve problems, I'm just going to make that available to any customer of One-Click AI.
And I imagine as your clients who are using the platform come up with issues that they're running into, especially widespread issues, service will have that added right in.
Yes, 100%.
This is amazing. Okay, so interactive demo, head there now, check it out. 7-day free trial. And we've got a special offer for our expert connection loyalists. Jesse, tell us what we can look forward to.
Yeah, that's awesome. So everybody, that if you go to our website, you're going to get a 7-day free trial. But for those of you that are subscribed to or watching this show right now, if you pop in the keyword expert at checkout, you will get 50% off your first year of One-Click AI. So you get 7 days to try it out. If you like it, if you put expert in the coupon code at checkout, you'll get 50% off for your entire year just for being a loyal Expert Connections follower and fan. We're all fans of Julie. Now you get to cash in on that.
Well, huge fans of you, Jesse and Scott, Super Web Pros, One Click AI. This is incredible, guys. An entire year of this platform for only for 50% off, half off for an entire year. There is no reason not to check out your 7-day free trial. We'll link to everything below. Jesse and Scott, you guys are awesome. Thanks for putting this platform together so that business owners like me can use it to optimize our businesses. And thanks for being on the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Always a pleasure, Julie.
All right, that is all for this episode of Expert Connections. Be sure to click the playlist for our AI Connections episodes. You'll see more with Scott and Jesse and other experts in the AI field. We'll see you over in the next video.